Okay, so this is day 2, lower body day for February. We're gonna start with a little mini band circuit, kind of warm up the lower body, get some things activated. Now we're gonna run this a little bit differently than we've been running it for the past several months. We are gonna use a mini band, like I said, and we do have some exercises that are unilateral. But because we're not using the ankle strap and it would be annoying to change the leg each time, when we've done 45 seconds one side and then round 2 we've done 45 seconds on the other side, I switched it up a little bit. So we're going to do 2 rounds of the entire circuit, and we're going to do each leg both rounds. So for example, round 1, our first exercise is standing bent knee kickback. So they are going to grab onto the S drive, hinge at their waist, pull that knee to their chest, and the mini band will stay. I just used a really chintzy one. Pull the knee to the chest, drive that leg back, and exhale, 30 seconds. Then they're going to switch, and they're going to do the other side for 30 seconds. Exercise 1. We're gonna move on to exercise 2. The mini band's gonna go around the arch of the feet. They're gonna do a single leg hip flexion, 30 seconds, switch, and do single leg hip flexion for 30 seconds on the other side. Exercise number 3, we have frog pumps. We haven't done these in a while. They work the glutes real good. So the mini band is going to go around the knees. Our soles of our feet are gonna go together, go on the floor, press those knees out and towards the floor, and they're going to do glute bridges. So squeeze those glutes nice and tight at the top, pull your belly button in so your back stays nice and flat. Then we are going to roll over onto our side, elbow under shoulder, stack those hips, stack those knees, and we're gonna do 30 seconds of a clamshell. We're going to switch, and we're gonna do 30 seconds on the other side. From there, we are going to do a lateral bear crawl. So the mini band's gonna stay right above our knees, bear crawl position, opposite hand, opposite foot for 2 to 3 to 4 steps, and then they're gonna switch and go the other direction. They're gonna do that for 30 seconds. If the client can't get the cadence of walking from side to side, they can either just hold a bear crawl, or they can lift opposite hand and opposite foot. But the point of this is to kind of drive their knees apart, keep them about hip width, and kind of work those quads. And then exercise 6 in this circuit, we are going to do a single leg deadlift with a mini band. So the mini band's gonna go under one foot. I personally like to do this with both hands. However, I know some people need a little bit more balance. So the leg that's going back is the hand they can grab the band with, and they'll do single leg deadlift for 30 seconds, and then they'll switch, and they'll do the single leg deadlift on the other side for 30 seconds. That's one round. They're gonna do all of that twice. It seems long, but it's really not. On the timer, it was actually one of the shorter first circuits that we've had on lower body day, so it works out okay. That's our first mini band circuit. Then we're gonna go to upper body. So we have one working block of 4 exercises, okay? The first exercise is band pull aparts. You're gonna go 15 seconds of a T pull apart right into 15 seconds of alternating X's. So there is no rest in between that. 15 T to 15 alternating X is that first 30-second exercise. T for 15, X alternating for 15. Then we're gonna switch. We have a pike push-up. So this is gonna work the shoulders. There's 2 ways to do this. One is a little bit easier than the other way. So the easier option is to start in bear crawl stance. This has your feet closer to your hands. Your hands are not directly under your shoulders. They're a little bit further out. Push your butt up into down dog and push up, driving the top of your head to the floor, and exhale, okay? The harder option is to have your feet further away, start in palm plank, push your butt up, and then press down, all right? So those are the difference in the harder to the easier. However, That is 30 seconds, and they can do whichever one they need to do. From there, we are going to do a split stance, high to low chest press. So we haven't really done this one before. Obviously, we've done a similar movement pattern. We need the black handle on both cables. That's the weight. We are going to go in split stance, a very good hinge, because we actually want to punch the floor, okay? Elbows wide, exhale as you punch towards the floor, and we want to make sure their elbows come to a bend, elbows to shoulders, exhale as you press. We just want to make sure that they don't fly. Thumbs face each other, knuckles towards ground. 30 seconds on that one. And then the last one is a TRX face pull. So we get into our normal TRX stance, and we pull those handles to our temples or our ears, and our elbows go wide. So obviously it's different than the row. We don't open, hands here to hands here. Again, elbows try and stay in height with the shoulders, and your hands come to your temples or your ears. We have 2 rounds of that, 30 seconds. Exercise 1, 15-second T pull apart, followed by 15-second alternating X pull apart, 30-second pike push-up, 30-second high to low chest press, and then 30-second TRX face pull. We do have a challenge for this upper body circuit. The split stance high to low chest press. So we're gonna do this 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 3 times in a row, okay? And then you're gonna move to the TRX face pull, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 3 times in a row. So just those 2 exercises. Then we are going to go to our first big lower body circuit. The cable is going to come to the bottom. And there's gonna be 2 options to set this up. It all is gonna depend on your client. I think the majority of our TBS clients can go with option 1. So we are going to use this hip belt, all right? And we're gonna squat. So option 1 is to have the hip belt wrapped around you and connect it to your cable. All right? You're gonna take a step back. I actually have to put some weight on here. You're gonna take a step back. It's right around your lower back, above your hips. I believe this is sumo stance. Yeah, so this is a hip belt sumo squat. So we know what sumo stance is. Knees point out, toes point out. Sink low, stand, snap your hips. Okay, 30 seconds there. They can squat pretty heavy, but you just need to be sure that you use your core, use your glutes, use your upper body, not to let that weight pull you forward. That's exercise 1. Exercise number 2, they are just going to turn around in the hip belt, sink, and do duck walks. However many steps forward they need to take and backwards. Again, this is going to pull you. This is where your legs, your core, all of that comes into play to control the weight. All right, that's 30 seconds. Then you're gonna go back to the sumo squat and then back to the duck walk. So that first block, 2 exercises, 30 seconds, 2 times through. Really quickly, the other option for this is to hook one side of the belt on one cable and the other side of the belt on the other cable, all right? They're gonna put the belt on. Now their weight is going to vary because they are squatting twice as much, but if they're a little bit bigger client, it's gonna go like this, and this will work as well. They'll turn around for the hip belt, and they'll walk. If they need to pull the cable up a little bit, raise the red notches, that's okay. But this is the second option for the hip belt squat and forward duck walks. Block number 2, we have 2 exercises, and we're gonna do this twice. So we have a banded good morning. So the band is gonna go under the feet. They're going to hinge at their waist and wrap it around their neck. They can have it around their neck, or they can move it around to their back, all right? We probably will get some complaints about this, but there's various options that they can do. Feet are a little bit wider than hips, hinge at your waist, and stand, all right? I found a way to kind of hold on to this. It's totally fine. I think that clients should use red, and then blue, and then green, maybe black. Those are the options. Orange is gonna be way too light. If we have somebody that absolutely hates that exercise and it's too uncomfortable for them, then what they can do is grab a mini band, hold on to it under their feet, and go back to that deadlift, all right? The second exercise in that circuit is a glute bridge march. So they are going to drive through their heels, go up into a glute bridge, and pull those knees over the hips. And they're going to alternate their feet, holding a glute bridge the entire time. Obviously, squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes. If they want to make it a little more challenging, they can get a mini band and put it either around their knees or the arches of their feet. Just have them have that ready so that it can be a quick transition. So you're going to do your banded good morning for 30 seconds, your glute bridge march for 30 seconds, and then you're going to do it again for round 2. All right, we have another lower body circuit. This timing cadence is way different than something that we've done before. However, due to the way that the cable machine is set up, I thought this would work best. So this is what it's going to be. Exercise number 1, we need a black handle on the cable. Please, please, please try this out before you coach it. Even if you don't do this workout, okay, but I want you to do this move. You have to go lighter than you would for a pull through, okay? This exercise is exercise 1. You're gonna do it 3 times, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, all right? It's a swing with a handle. The handle pivots, so it works. Shoulder blades back, hinge at your waist, hands come to chest. Exhale, it works, I promise. It feels totally fine. And because the handle pivots on the rope, it pivots in your hands just like the kettlebell will not when you're swinging, but it allows the swinging motion of the cable. 3 times in a row, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Please try it. Then we have a second block of work, 2 exercises, and we're gonna do them each twice. This one's a little bit challenging. So the ankle strap's gonna go on the other cable. We are going to do a lateral lunge for 30 seconds into a split squat hold type of exercise. So the leg that's gonna lunge outward is towards the turf. The standing leg is behind the cable, all right? So you're gonna laterally lunge, bring it back in. Obviously, it's gonna be your abductors that do the work on the way out. You need to control the cable on the way in, okay? 30 seconds there. Then you're gonna go right into your split squat. The leg with the ankle strap is the front leg. Let me see, you can see my foot here. The back leg, you're gonna hold, and that front leg, you raise that heel off the floor for 30 seconds, and that is hard, okay? Then you're going to switch legs, do the same thing on the other side. This leg's gonna face the turf, standing legs behind the cable, laterally lunge, control it, 30 seconds, and then you're gonna go left legs in front with the ankle strap, split squat hold, and raise that heel off the floor. That's 1 round. Then you're gonna do that whole round again, move the ankle strap to the right leg, and then finish with the ankle strap on the left leg. Each one of those moves is 30 seconds. And then, we're gonna finish with this finisher. It is S-drive finisher. So, I gotta move this. All right, this is hard, but we're gonna do it anyway, because TBS isn't easy, right? Okay, so we have 2 moves. Each move, we're gonna do 3 times for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So the first move, the right lever, is gonna be all the way against the wall, and the left lever is gonna be at the lower end from like maybe 1 to 4. We've done this one before. It is our S-drive push-pull. So we are going to lie on the floor. Our glutes are up in the air for a glute bridge. Push the belt and pull the belt. Push the belt and pull the belt. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 3 times in a row. Then they are going to roll over. This is hard, so I'm sure people will complain about it. They're gonna put their hands as close to the belt as they can, and they're going to drive the belt away with their toes, all right? So it's essentially like a sled push, except they're inverted in prone position. If they absolutely hate it, their shoulders can't take it, they don't have the core stability to keep their hips up, or they just bitch too much, then put them just in a heavy sled push, standing with both handles all the way against the wall, lean into the strap, and drive with their toes for a heavy sled push. So that's the finisher. Each of those is 3 times in a row, for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And then we have our core. So the first exercise is a standing rotation, torso rotation. So the black handle's on. We want that red lever at about our high hip so that the handle's at our belly button when we press this straight out. So there's 2 options, and it depends on their core stability and their body. What they can do is they're gonna keep their arms straight, they're gonna rotate, come back to center, and exhale. If they're not into that, if something bothers their knee, if that bothers their back, they can rotate on that back foot and pivot back around. Rotate, pivot back around, all right? 30 seconds each side. The option, aside from that, is to go back to that hold. They can do a press out, or they can do a step, okay? The second one is a palm plank walk up on the S-drive. So this is pretty cool. Both handles should be all the way against the wall just to ensure the belt is taut or tight. We're gonna get into a palm plank position with our hands super close to the belt, and we are just going to walk up and walk down, alternating the hand that goes up and down each time, okay? So that's for 30 seconds. Let me see if I gave us an option for that. The other option, in case they cannot do that plank walk up, is going to be a plank and a reach, okay? So they'll just do a plank reach. And then exercise number 3 is a single leg push / lower. So this is kind of cool. They haven't done this one before. They're going to lie on their back. I think you can see my feet. My elbows are under my shoulders. They're supporting my upper body. We're gonna do 30 seconds per leg or 20 seconds per leg? 30 seconds per leg. Okay, so one leg is going to be hovering off the floor as the other leg lowers. Pull it into your chest, out and lower. All right, out and lower. They're going to switch, hover the other leg, kick out, pull it in, kick out, pull it in. The option is to drop that foot to the floor. Don't have them hover if it's too challenging, but everybody should be able to do this kick or push kick to the lower with that foot on the floor, and then they'll switch and the other foot will be on the floor. So they're gonna do each of those core exercises 2 times through. The standing torso rotation, 30 seconds per side. The plank walk up onto the S-drive, 30 seconds. And then the leg hover with the single leg push leg lower, 30 seconds per side. And that's the end of leg day, lower body day.